Hello everyone, it is 2:45 on a Monday and I'm about to go to the studio and work until I'm done. I have a lot of things to do. Not a lot, I have several things to do today. Today I'm gonna be working on pendants slash Christmas ornaments situation. It's like super big chunky ceramic pendants to make jewelry out of. I was originally gonna make like 12 pendants and then I made like 40. So some of them I'm gonna turn into Christmas ornaments because there's no way I can use 40 pendants. The trays I built last week are finished, so today I am going to start underglazing them. Depending, I'm gonna try and see if I can get them all underglazed today. It might depend. I don't know how many hours I'm gonna have in the studio today or how many hours I can like realistically stay, but I'm gonna try to get all of them underglazed. So let's head out and spend a day in the studio with me. I totally lied at the beginning of my last video when I said that Red Bull's an occasional treat. That is the first thing I looked for when I got to this school today. I am on my way to my 4th vending machine, trying to find one. Let's see if I'm successful. I finally found it. My favorite. The savior. Now have the necessary sustenance. I am super excited about the things that I'm gonna be making in this vlog. Starting out in the ceramic studio, grabbed my tools, grabbing my tray of all of the pendants I've made. As you can see, there are a bazillion of them. I already started carving some of them. So I'm just using these tiny carving tools to carve designs into the pendants or things. And then I have a little stabber to cut the holes out. It's like a clay hole puncher. So going in and making the pendants, I use my little hole puncher tool. For some of them I did 2 holes, for some of them I did 1 hole, depending on if I wanted it to be a pendant or an ornament. Then I'm going in with this little triangle carving tool and using that to carve lines and swirls and such in some of the pendants and ornaments. Got a little heart, and I'm going to use these little round circular carving tools to carve little circular divots. I think it just creates a really interesting texture, and I have a lot of floating glazes that I think will look really cool. So I finished carving all the pendants. I ended up scrapping a bunch of them just because they were too hard to like properly smooth down, and honestly I was just tired. I have these cute little like Swiss cheese moon rock ones. I have some adorable little like 3-eyed alien ones, and then of course I have the ones with like little swirls and lines and such. All in all, I have about 26 of these done. I'm gonna let these dry and then I will bisque fire them and then glaze them. So these are the 3 trays I have. They all started 12 inches wide. Wet. They are starting to dry. They are almost greenware. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna draw out my designs and pencil, and then I'm gonna go in with the underglaze. First design I chose was a little guy with a star head, of course surrounded by eyes, and then I did a triple star eye motif. And then the last tray that I'm making is for my boyfriend, and I'll talk more about that later. Here's a little real-time clip of me doing some underglaze. I go lightest to darkest for the eyes because it's just really hard to like single out and only do like 1 layer, so I layer the colors one on top of the other. Today I only got done with the white underglaze on all of the trays. I spent way too much time yapping with people in the studio, but here is a shot of what I got done underglazing on Monday. It's 8:30 p.m. right now. I'm about to go home. I spent like 5 hours in the studio. Anyways, I'm gonna be back tomorrow and work on underglazing. Super excited. I finished my lamp. Look at him. My little anglerfish lamp. I'm gonna make a custom lampshade to go on top. I had an idea. I saw like this Pinterest where it was just like this. Someone had like ripped the fabric off of a lampshade frame and then used like very loosely a piece of like loose knit fabric, or like had like used knitted very loose lampshade to put on top of it. That's kind of the vibe I want to go for. I want it to be super whimsical and like fantastical and not something that you would ever find in a store. That's the whole vibe. But love it so much. My little fishy. Some other exciting things. I finished my pumpkin, finished painting it, and I finished the eye. I love how it turned out with like the weird like veins and stuff. Super little weird, just like me. Love it so much. It's so perfect. And then finally I got things. I was able to put a few things. I was able to put a few ceramic pieces in a wood fire kiln at a different local college, so I got those pieces back. I have this beautiful double spouted vase, and then this adorable little mug. Like, how cute is that? And I don't know, you can see it better on this one, but like that's raw clay, and it looks so metallic. It looks even more metallic in real life. It is so cool. It looks straight up like bronze, kind of, like it was coated in bronze, like you can see even. So beautiful. Both of these pieces, so beautiful. I love wood fire. Most of the time when I'm making ceramics, I go for like colorful, but I love going to wood fires and putting pieces in there because I love like the earthy tones from that. That's like the one time I use like super earthy tones in my art pieces. So anyways, it's Tuesday and I'm about to go work in the ceramic studio doing some more underglazing. Super excited. I finished my lamp. Look at him, my little anglerfish lamp. I'm gonna make a custom lampshade to go on top. I had an idea. I saw like this Pinterest where it was just like this. Someone had like ripped the fabric off of a lampshade frame and then used like a piece of like loose knit fabric. That's kind of the vibe I want to go for. I want it to be super whimsical and like fantastical and not something that you would ever find in a store. That's the whole vibe. But love it so much. My little fishy. Some other exciting things. I finished my pumpkin, finished painting it, and I finished the eye. I love how it turned out with like the weird like veins and stuff. Super little weird, just like me. Love it so much. It's so perfect. I was able to put a few ceramic pieces in a wood fire kiln at a different local college, so I got those pieces back. I have this beautiful double spouted vase, and then this adorable little mug. Like, how cute is that? And I don't know, you can see it better on this one, but like that's raw clay, and it looks so metallic. It looks even more metallic in real life. It is so cool. It looks straight up like bronze, kind of, like it was coated in bronze, like you can see even. So beautiful. Both of these pieces, so beautiful. I love wood fire. Most of the time when I'm making ceramics, I go for like colorful, but I love going to wood fires and putting pieces in there because I love like the earthy tones from that. That's like the one time I use like super earthy tones in my art pieces. After I've painted the whites of the eyes, I go in and I paint all of the irises. I usually gravitate toward blues. I don't know why. I love a blue, I love a green. Those are some of my favorite colors. I'm really not partial to reds, oranges, yellows, things of that nature. So got all of the irises and pupils of all of the eyes done, and then I also got the entirety of my little starhead guy done. He is so cute. I love him so much with his little blue jeans and his little sweater. And I also made his like skin tone light blue, which I think is so fun and whimsical and creative. It's Wednesday, you know the drill. We're at the studio. Time to underglaze. It's about 2 p.m. I'm only gonna work for like maximum like 2 hours today because it is 70 degrees outside. It is absolutely gorgeous and I want to spend at least a little bit more time outside. I already went on a walk this morning, but I want to spend more time outside before the sun sets, which is at like 5:30. So it's 2 p.m. We got 2 hours to get as much work done as possible. Let's get going. I finished painting the star tray. So cute. Also, I apologize for some whack angles. It is really hard to film when you're just propping your phone up against whatever random thing it'll set up against. I'm gonna go in depth about this one now. Gatsby is my boyfriend's nickname, and he rolls his own cigarettes by hand. So I'm making him a tray, and also just like, I think it's a really wonderful personalized birthday gift to make. So I finished the tray like what I planned out with the lettering, but I wanted to do a little something in that empty space, so I decided to do a little, swirl as well as like an established 2025. And now I'm going in with black underglaze, painting that. This clip of me painting the little swirls is actually an 8 times speed, so as you can see, it takes a lot of time to underglaze. Here I am in my 3D design class. We are working on a new project, which is going to be like a combination hybrid animal sculpture. So I'm working on creating the armature for that out of cardboard and paper and masking tape. I'm doing a turtle snake scorpion. So turtle body, snake head, scorpion tail. And here is a little orthographic drawing of that, so you can see like the 2-scale side profile and also the top-down view, which is going to be super helpful as I'm building it. And today I only finished the shell, and I'm going to be working on the rest of it next week. And then I went to the ceramics studio and I wheel threw. I have not wheel thrown in like a year. I was high-key like so scared. But I did it. I was able to do it. Also, I cut out a lot of these clips just because this was like a 5-minute video just of me centering the clay, and I wasn't even finished. It takes me so long to center clay, but I wanted to go really slow just because I haven't done it in so long. And here's a little clip of a finished bowl. I actually ended up making 4 bowls and a vase, and I'm so excited to trim those next week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next week.